What is up? I'm doing that because maybe like developing increase my English. I feel like okay with I have right now, but like I need like more. Like not just more because like money, or my more because like people, or more because like I want to do that in my life, or like more for nothing. It's just like something. It's here and I can do so. What I do right now is just like get a book and start read with you guys. Alright, we are with the book. I think that's a good idea, like I like sometimes just get generic books and start reading, and like not like for wait. Okay. Not like for oh, I have one purpose. My bad. A purpose behind this book. Like no. Sometimes it's just to pick up a book and start reading and understand like what is the main idea there. So uh, that for me is good because in different texts I start to get like different vocabularies and different histories for real. Like so. I think like if you do that and together with a routine, like you gotta like get a result at the end. Let's do inside urban land economics. So it's inside about urban lands, economies, housing economies. Let me see housing, social overheat capital. That's the title of the first capital. Capture. Shit. All right, let's try. Housing and social overhead capital. Several important trends in the communal through converge to focus. Disney say the first in general concern of economies and others with process of growth and development. Right. So let's get this first paragraph. Several important trends in economic. Here we have some figures, right? He say about like numbers, several important what? That's the figure. Trends. So we're talking about trends, and those trends happen where? In the economy. Through the coverage to focus this in say. So that is the coverage that to focus. That's the main idea he will focus in this text, in this book. The first is the general concern of economies and other with process of growth and development. The first is a general concern, is a general mindset of economies of people who work with money in order to process of growth and development. So in order to think about uh, the foundation and the roots of the routine attitudes who will bring development. An emerging recognition that housing plays a vital role in growth and development is a second trend. So here he's saying like the main thing gonna be uh, the economy and your trends in this book, right? The first gonna be how the economies think about what that should be to don't grow. Now let's read the second one. Emerging recognition that housing plays a vital role in growth and development is a second trend. So this look at that paragraph. It's nice the way he spoke. He first like show up with the figure in emerging recognition in the situation. It's emerging, so it's just new. Like it's a new thing. and recognition. So the recognition, the eyes on, like the bright, the housing plays a vital role in growth. So the housing plays, the people who work with homes, with like it's a vital role in growth and development. Is a vital, so it's one of the main ways to grow a development. It's one of the main ways to have this fruit of the development, right? So it's kind of like a seed, and the seed grow up and become a tree and become like a plant, become like a fruit you can take, you can taste, and like that, it's something you can be learning by this development, right? It's the development of the you have a house. That is he's saying the second one. The second one is where you have a house, where you have a home, where you have like your earth, and in this earth you have your construction, you have your being, you have your things gone being production, in production, right? And bringing development to you. How can be this development? The home. But why the home is so important? Is that where you have your family? Is that where your plants, the fruits and the trees for your farm? Is that where you have like your dogs, your animals, right? So the land, the house represent all that. And and the third consists of recent attempts to determine the interplay between incomes and housing quantity and quality, are related to complex of economic policy and theory. Yet to date, enforced to integrate the three haven't failed. So he, in this first paragraph, he in my bad, in this first passage, he bring to us like three reasons uh, why this book is wrote. This book, it's we will focus on those three reasons. The first one, it's how economists think about development. The second one, it's how home, house, the land, it's important to how to grow this development, to grow this economy, right? And the third consists of recent attempts to determine the interplay between income and housing quantity and quality. So the third consists in understanding issue, understand the market, and you be in the market with your balcony and says, hey, I have that and I have that, like I have these terrain in Mediterranean and produce those fruits, and you can have those materials to do those type of constructions. Yo, I have this terrain in the forest, and like to bring those fruits and to have those materials and to do those types of constructions on this land, and people live here like that, and people live like in another way, like, and is those conversations are doing to be put that the value and do this market, right? So the third consists of recent attempts to determine the interplay. When he say interplay, that's the main idea here we can get on this passage, because interplay means exactly that I have to say to you right now, guys. Interplay represent exactly that what I haven't say to you right now, guys. Interplay is like between those two situations. So, for example, we have someone on the balcony and someone selling the land in the forest. We have another person in the balcony selling a land on the Mediterranean desert area, like, and you have like those boats bring what they have of value to put in this interplay interplay between he keep interplay between he keep of economy, policy, and theory, yet to date and forced to integrate the three have failed. And he keep the text not about speaking about those three, right? Thus, a modest attempt is made in the this essay to point out relationships to identify the real relevance to matter of economy policy. So, right now I have read the first paragraph of this book, right? Uh, and what I have understand is in this book, insights of urban land economies, University of California. It you have three main ideas talking in this book. The three main ideas are: first, he speak about the first he speak about the process of the growth of value. Second, he speak about where this value grow, the land, the house, the home, because that is the vital uh, value for the economy, right? And third, he say about the interplay. So I want to grow, right? The first idea of the book, the first idea of the book is I want to grow my economy. The second is I have this house, I have this home. And the third is all right, I have that and you have another one, right? So example, I live here in San Francisco and do you live in Oakland, right? Or I live in California and do you live in Alaska, okay? So we have like the different ones, and that it's what let them do this exchange to know different values, right? And that the third part. So the first part, again, the first part, talking about how to grow the economy, how the economy grows. The second one, the second is speak how the homes are important, the house is important, and the third talk about how the interplay between I and you make this economic movement, right? So it's about that. It's about that. And like, it's just a simple exercise. Sit here and thinking about the reader, the writer. My bad. The writer tried to speak to the reader, right? And like put me in a position like I don't expect that too many about what I'm doing right now, but I expect to keep it going, and that is about this video. Like, we have it like in our minds like about English language, right? And how to do these procedures to like have some like evaluations to have some growth, right? So having some growth to effort you have like your walk, to have your growth, to have your understood, to have your growth, to have to say you have your network, your vocabulary, right? To have your growth, to say you have like the knowing. So all that it's like a process and got a time. So here's the important. That's the why I'm trying to show up and do that at first, because like I know I have good people around this world who just want interacting and speak in English, right? And I want talk with them too, right? So and I want to get learn it by then, like I want really like get the information like R, and uh, that's the most important thing to me to do. So for be able to do that, I need feel comfortable too in the way I speak in English. And it's just that, and just show up and just like speak with good people. I preach to you to speak to and do this movement, right? And like when you keep on that, when you keep going, may will show up good things to you. May you like appears good texts to you. May you appears good books to you. May give you idea that will put you in action and modify your life. But that is because you have a still. That is because you have to keep going. And that is because you still keep going and looking for good things. So when you have that focus on mind, like in time, like you got the things good. But that's just if you approve yourself, right? So I prove myself in that situation to put me here and to say I will speak English today with you guys in front of my camera, right? And not expect nothing about that, not expecting money, not expect like someone approve me, not expect someone who will talk with me, not expect this information will give something to my life more than the focus I have to do this video and this talk right now. And I start create this perception to when we understand have good people around the world, and those people are talkable. Even we are human and have your fails, but like when you understand that and you just show up and speak with them, may something good will return to you. So it's just still looking for, and still this focus is what may give good things to you, right? Yeah, it's about that. It's really about that. I want to read. I want to read. I have more things to read too, and I'm grateful for that. For this opportunity to stop and to study. And I think like you, if you are Brazilian, right? If you are like Latino, if you are like in any other part of the world, like in the South Globe, right? What I'm saying to you is like keep going, like don't push yourself to situation already not exist. Like if you have a beautiful mind, like if you have a beautiful face, someone to look up to the clouds and say, hey, thank you from our one day, yo, God bless me, something like that, yeah. And like when you keep on this situation, like just be grateful, just be grateful because it's just more one sweet day, and if you show up like with sweet words, sweet things may show up to you. And that is about is thinking English is not necessarily need to be something very stressful, not necessarily need to be something whoa, like not necessary. It's just like see that show up like how you are, and give these permission to you to prove yourself, knowing what's your focus, what you're looking for, and when you achieve that, you got this good. So uh, yeah, it's about like practicing my English too and practicing my ideas. Without mind too much if I have people around me, because people are in me, like so that's too, like sometimes you just have the fear, right, to show up and speak with the other people, but you don't need to have to do to show up to yourself and understand, okay, that's the words I will speak, that's the way I will show up, that is how my activities go, is in the movement of the time, in the flow. It's good to me to do the surfing on those waves, whatever what is the shape, like for me it's good, that's the main, and I don't stress it with the other ways, right? So to really about that, like um, yeah, doing meditation too, that's has been good to me. It's just a blast. It's just a blast. And I started doing that because like sometimes I just like focus too many on my Brazilian people too, and like that's good. I love them. They know like my words cannot express that. But like it's important to me to dedicate my time here on YouTube to connect with people, right? So I believe like my Brazilian people is the foundation of this home, and they are always like with me looking to say, hey, keep going, you know, like so. It's just like that, and when you have got the good flow, you understand why you show up, you know, like, and that is why you need to think why the English show up to you, to why this video show up to you, why you are like requested to join this word to speak English every day, 24 hours a day. I don't know, maybe 12. I speak sometimes 12 because I always sleep. I always like, you know, like just watch a movie or listen to music and like do other things than that, you know. Like if you were thinking about having two languages in your life, you should think about, okay, I have many days I speak more that language, may I have days I speak more the other language, but I still keep this play game, you know. I want to say who would take me off, and you don't take you off until you got off by natural powers. Thank you, Lodamari. I shit, you know. So what I'm speaking about is that you have that straight in you, and prove yourself again with good things in your mind. That's I think why I'm being thankful to be made take those times. But like sometimes we still and see like people who start like speaking English, like we should thinking about like characters, like how your son might spoke, right? How like people who listen and wrote what I'm saying. Example, if on the balcony and asking them in the market, hey, I need that, and then the value need be done, right? So what I'm saying here is like you really like be able to keep with yourself and that, and like to show up exactly the way who you are feeling is good to you, you know, like, and if you feel that's who you show up today, because it's different who's, right? You say that like example, if you go back to Portuguese, has the verb to be. So the verb to be is like something like is transitive, right? And here it's just used with one word, but like if you go to Spanish or even Portuguese or even in other languages, right, in this Latin roots or older roots too, because oh my god, have roots in this word. So blessed.